Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Chris here, CG Aviator, this time with an exciting first look preview of the mighty B-2 Spirit from Microsoft Flight Sim, brought to you by Topmachstudios. This version is not yet released, it is a pre-release release candidate, so caveat, bugs may be apparent, things may change. Let me know in the comments below if you do see anything, but that's what it is. It's current as of recording today, but there may be a changelog, so check out their social media outlet for all the information on any updates, any pricing strategies, release strategies, etc, etc. So in this video I'm going to be showing the inside, outside, animations, sound effects. The sound effects are brilliant. We're going to be starting it up. We're going to be flying it around, of course we are. We'll be using autopilot, some navigation, some use of the FMC, and all that good stuff. And then at the end we'll land with an ILS back at Farnborough. How good does this thing look? And all this clutter you can see on the outside comes with the aircraft. It's toggleable via the EFB and cockpit, but you've got your APUs, your GPUs, all these stanchions, ladders. You've got some weapon loaders here. Really cool. I mean, the texturing and the modeling looks fantastic. You can see all the flaps are drooping without the hydraulic power, but look at the texturing and the reflectivity on this old exhaust. These are old aircraft as well. They've been around for a while, being replaced by the Raider in the not too distant future, but it looks really nice in my opinion. This one is the Spirit of Texas, and we'll take a look underneath because you'll see attention to detail definitely from developers when you look underneath, somewhere you don't normally stick your nose. But there we go, Spirit of Texas. Bit of grime on the tyres, nice, lots of hydraulic lines, good stuff. We'll have a look at those lowering and raising as we get airborne. Here we've got the weapon bay opened up. I don't think the weapons are available here. If you're buying from Xbox Marketplace, then you won't have weapons. They will be bringing out an add-on that you can download for free, so you can enable weapons for those on PC. I don't think that works for Xbox, but again, check out their social media for all the latest. And look at all these massive doors. I'll fight my way through. Here we go, your access ladder. How cool's that? And that goes up into the cockpit. We'll have a look from the other end in just a sec. But how good's that? It's got all the flags and tags. She is hot to trot. So let's jump in and start her up. Alright, here we are inside the B-2. It's a nice, clean, tidy cockpit. There is a plethora of switches. They're not all operational. Most are animated, if not all of them are animated, but it's not all operational. Now, clearly, it's a highly classified asset of the United States Air Force. But actually, having looked at some of the footage of the real cockpit, and I'll try and throw up a side-by-side comparison or something post-edit, it looks pretty realistic, and it is tidy. I mean, the texturing is nice, some scratches on there, some wear and tear, so overall, kudos. And the MFDs or PFDs look really nice, custom coded, so they're not the default ones. Really cool stuff. But let's get rid of some of the items that we've got outside. Here's the EFB on the left. We've got to place an op for stuff. We can switch the aircrew on, by the way. You can switch him on, and he's there, and I'm here. He's a headless body, so you can actually fly around but actually see things, which is cool. I mean, check out the animation on his hand.
Caution.
Yeah, caution. But that's cool. That looks really good. And he can sit. You can change where he's seated. Oh, let's switch him back on. Put him. You can either have him resting behind you or sat on the John. There he is, just considering life, which is cool. We like that. So let's switch off the people for now. Get rid of the tags. We will get rid of some of the stuff outside. Yeah, that'll do. And you've got some options for the map. And you've also got a Garmin option should you wish to use this as an extra plugin, but of course you don't have to use it. So now it's time to start this thing up. So I haven't seen the checklist, I haven't found any documentation as yet, so I'm just going to make it up as I go along, but it works. So here we go. The electrics are on the left hand side, so the first thing you can do is put the flight control and utilities batteries on, then you can play with the EFB. That doesn't work until the power's supplied. Nothing else you need around this side, but you might want to put the engine aux doors to auto. We'll show you more of those out there, but they open just after the inlets there. Don't need anything here. We can flick the power onto the CID. Gives you some more engine instrumentation. We'll play with the FMC during the startup perhaps. And I think that's pretty much all you need to do. It's a very simple jet to fly. So overhead is where we start things up. APU buttons and engine starts are at the front. So we'll start the APUs. That's cool. It's a bit of fire. Love the heat haze though. How cool does that look? Right, in the front on the engine page you can see APU left and right are at 100, and now we can go ahead and start. Now I'm sure you can correct me if I'm wrong, but we've got the start switches here. You can either motor them and then start them individually, or press auto and then all start up. So I reckon we'll go ahead and do that and listen to them from the outside. Nice to see those flaps rising up with the hydraulic pressure. Oh, inlet doors all opened automatically. That's cool. Oh, that's sweet. Love it. Okay, engine instrumentation. Those sound effects were brilliant. So engines are all up and running, I think. So we'll go over to the left-hand side. We'll chuck the jennies on. With those on, we'll also come down here, and I think we can put some bleed air on. Then we can put some cabin temperature with airflow, and you'll actually, if you listen carefully, once I figure it out, you can hear in the back there, you can actually hear air flowing into the cockpit, which I like a lot. There is an FCS maintenance button here with a built-in test. Let me show you what that does. That's dancing. That's cool. Alright. Done that. Not sure what that does. What else do I need to do down here? Let's put the oxy to normal. I guess that's always a good thing to do. Now that we've got the engines running, let's switch the APUs off. Done. Might do some night lighting later if I can remember. Apologies in advance if I forget. And she's started up. That is it. But what I'm going to do now is just set up the FMC. So nav, here we go. Here's where you can put the comms in. Now there is a TACAN box. I haven't figured out how to get the TACAN working, whether that's something that comes later, but you can dial it in there. In terms of frequency, I'm going to put in 111.55 the ILS back here. Bosh. Next we need the origin and destination, so Echo Golf Lima Fox. Done. You can't copy it back into Notepad like you can on other jets, but Echo Golf Lima Fox. The destination, departure, who really cares, but we'll probably go out on 24. And then arrival, yeah, I'm not going to faff with that. IFF, we'll go mode Charlie, that one, 4577, in, I think it's on standby, cool, I'll probably forget to switch that on as well. Comms are there, IFF done, nav we've done enough, flight plan, here we go, so we've got departure and arrival in here. Then some other things we can chuck in is Echo Golf Delta Mike, Echo Golf Delta Mike. I think if you click on the button it enters the one before, just for info. I haven't figured out how to delete stuff. Again, I am an absolute noob. I never use FMC because I'm not airborne long enough to want to follow a flight plan like this. But we'll go for, what else we do? Conco. Done, and Vatten. Let's see if it knows Vatten. And Vatten should line us up nicely with our approach back here. Makes sense. Those ranges look sensible. I'm happy with that. But our flight plan is now in. So if I go to instruments, we'll now see on this one here, you can then zoom out and you'll see our route plan. And I really like this screen. It's quite nice, tidy. I like the colours, I like the layout. That is nice. So we've got our routage. We need to arm our seats. So arming our seats is this one and this one. There we go. Anti-skid is on the left hand side. We've got taxi lights down here. Switch those on the EFB. We can remove the extra stuff of ground clutter. It's not in the way. Now we are hot to trot. Parking brake. Let's go have some fun. Goodness, this thing looks good. Okay, we are rolling onto runway 24. We'll assume we're clear to take off. Okay, we are lined up. We've got, we don't need the flaps. I've put the landing lights on already. Taxi lights are off. IFF on the right hand side. We'll select IFF here. And we'll select 3 Charlie, 4577. Pitot anti-ice, I've already done this as well. Done. Here, here and here. Windscreen defog, maybe some of that. So that covers off Pitot anti-ice. Seats are hot. Not doing anything else in terms of weaponeering. It is time to roll. Oh, that heat blur, that is lovely. Alright, let's focus in cockpit here. 50 knots. Seems to like getting airborne at about 130, 140. 90 knots. 110. 130. Rotate. Climbing. Gear clear. Listen to the sounds as well when the door's shut. Nice, look at that view. Hopefully I haven't, nope, I'm still good. 10 degrees nose up, 220 knots. Let's pitch up a little bit. I'll switch off the landing light. And we are up and away. Maybe a right hand turn out to the first waypoint. Flying manually, we'll set up the autopilot in just a sec. How cool is that? Nice. So whilst we're climbing here, let's have a look at rate of roll, etc. So let's go full right. Now, full left. And there's a lag in it, I like it. That's full left, full right. Yeah, it's slow and cumbersome, there's a bit of inertia to it. That is lovely to see. Pitchy wise, now you can over G this thing pretty easily, I have to say. G is this little white number, I think. That's full back. Full forwards. Thin profile, that is. That is awesome. That's cool. Yeah, we like that. How are we doing for speed? We still haven't lost control, so that's good. Climbing on up, what are we going to do? Probably 20,000 feet. Let's see if I can throw in the autopilot here. So autopilot functionality is down here on performance. PRFM is your autopilot menu. It took me forever to find that because I thought the button would be around here, because you've got data entry for the flight data here. So we can set up 20,000 feet, so 20000, it's written down here. We'll set that as commanded altitude. We can set the airspeed to 300 knots. Airspeed, so that's 300 knots there, 20,000 feet dialed in there. So that's all gravy. Let's go down to the autopilot thing here. So what we want is auto throttle. And you can also set the speed down here if you wish, speed 300 knots, so that should be working. And we want to set the master, the vertical speed, and we'll set that to 2,000 feet. And hopefully, that is going to work. Have I got the auto throttle connected? Yes, so brackets mean you've got it selected, so master, auto throttle, the vertical speed is all good. Okay, 3 things I'm going to do now. We're going to set it dark and show you some of the night lighting. I've not done this yet, so I'm going to make it up as I go along. I'm going to start the thing descending. We're going to go back to Farnborough, and I'm going to set the weather to something interesting. How cool does that look? Just to give it a little bit of a misty finish over the land. And that looks gorgeous. How nice does that look? I mean, how cool is this? Imagine cruising around. Why would you want an airliner? Like a B-2. Right, night lighting is the next thing we're going to do. Okay, here we are in the dark. Looking very crisp. Wonder if you can dim these panels. Okay. Oh, you can. Cool. So all the panels are dimmable. I'm not going to do them all because that would take forever. Flood lighting. I like that. Turn off the central instrument light. All looking nice. And then down to the left hand side you've got some more lights. Let's get rid of that armrest. And some more lights. Cool. Nice. I like it. Time for a little moody exterior shot. Look at that. Got the wingtip lights working as well. They pop up. Hang on. Let's have a look at these. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. They pop up. Alright. Wowzers. That looks nice. It's towards the end of the video. All that's left to do is to take this thing down and land it back at Farnborough, hopefully successfully. Having overshot the sense line a little bit, we're now moving back in to regain 242 inbound. We're using the headache bug at the moment. We're 2,500 feet, ready for the ILS runway 24 at Farnborough. We are going to drop us down to 2,000 feet, which will be our final altitude prior to the final approach fix. Commanded altitude, that'll take us down, and airspeed, I want to bring that back to 200 knots. I will fly this manually because it's so much more fun doing that. But just to get us there, I'll keep in the autopilot. Oh, that's good timing. You can see the doors open. How cool is that? Just in the weather now, just skirting the top of that haze layer. Oh, a bit of spluff off the top of the wings as well. Wings? It doesn't have wings, it is one giant wing. What am I talking about? Okay, here we go. We're going auto throttle off. Yeah. We are now flying manually. Oh yes, this is happening. Alright, we've got to be getting close now. There we go, glide slope's coming in. Gear's going to come down. Now I would watch it lower, but I can tell I'm just going to mess it up if I distract myself. Too fast, but letting it trickle back. There's glide slope. Slightly late on the descent. Selecting about 3 degrees down. 3 greens we have. Descending. I have no idea what category of aircraft this is, and now I can't select my approach plates, so I don't know what altitude I'm going down to. But it matters not, because I'm sure I'll pick up the runway in good time. Let's keep that velocity vector nice and stable on about 2.5. There we go. 150. You can see the AOA gauge here is still showing yellow, so I'm slightly fast. Through 1,400 feet. Little bit left of track. Come on. Alright, we've got the green donut, so 130, 130, maybe 135 for a bit of safe. Oh, I'm working hard now. Bit slow. There we go. Going high. Working really hard here. Working really hard. 5 degrees down, speed's okay. 900 feet. And glide slope almost got away from me there, didn't it? 700 feet coming up in 50 feet. Alright, looking out the window I can see the runway. It's a displaced threshold. Flying visually. There we go. Not too bad. Welcome back to Farnborough. Come on. Kissed it. Down. Brakes. Spoilers. We are back. Nice. That is it. If you're still here, thanks again. Please like and subscribe if you thought it was useful. Put a comment down if you've got any questions. Till the next time, take care.